What's good, y'all? About to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. Live. All right, bet. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. We haven't entered anything yet. You already know the drill. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop them in the chat. Those that watched the Sunday chart analysis, a lot of things ended up going as projected yesterday and last night as well. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to hit that first link in the description to check that out. Also, just dropped a new video yesterday. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm about to drop that link in the chat. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. We're going to be looking at possible gold buys. We're going to be looking at possible GJ sells. Those that was on yesterday's live stream, NAS ended up going exactly as projected. We entered that trade during the live stream yesterday. Also, GN went as projected from yesterday's live stream as well. Those that was watching the stream. So we're going to be looking for some more setups. As far as news today, it's a pretty chill day. We do have some USD news at 10 o'clock. And then when markets reopen later on tonight during Tokyo session, we got some Australian news at 7:30. So do keep those times in mind. But you're just letting gold retest. We're letting GJ retest as well. Did a nice break of structure about an hour ago. Now we're seeing if we can hold this level from a support to a resistance. The price can hold this level as a resistance, just like we was talking about yesterday during the Sunday chart analysis. We can look for sales going down to around 86.40. Now, depending on how it reacts from here to here, if we can break these levels, we can see the reversal and downtrend come into play. But if it struggles to break these levels, it could try to push back up and tend to bring the bullish momentum back into place, which is why we're waiting for those confirmations and waiting for this retest. All right, we saw it was a wick, now it's pushing back up. So we're going to see what this next 5 and 15 looks like. right? Then when we look at NAS, when exactly as projected, even though price retraced and was going down on Friday and Thursday, we still went for buys. Why do we go for buys? Because again, when we go onto the daily time frame, we clearly see we're in an uptrend, right? Like I always talk about with the members and students, red doesn't always mean sell, green doesn't always mean buy. Right? It depends on what structure we're in and what trend we're in. Right. So all we did was wait for price to break the next support level. We went for a buy. And not only did we catch the entire daily candlestick on NAS100 yesterday, but we caught the beginning of the higher high, as you can see. Very, very, very simple. You gotta understand how to identify the trend. I got y'all. I got a video that breaks that down. Make sure to check this out. If you're not subbed to the channel, make sure to sub to the channel. We just hit 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to all of y'all. What's this? Yeah, right now we're watching gold and looking at possible GJ sales. What's going on, JD? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Those just joined the stream, we have not entered this yet. It's just a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description for a free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. I might have to dust off my desk again. I just sneezed out of nowhere. That or somebody's talking about me. We got a new 15 about to pop up in about 3.5 minutes. So we just chilling, patiently waiting right now. We got gold doing a retest. We want to see if we can hold this as support. Like I was talking about the Sunday, like we was talking about the Sunday chart analysis. We've been ranging for the past month. So again, we wanted to see if price can break and hold 2036 and hold that support, or break them below 2020 and hold that as a resistance. We see price went to the upside, rejected it yesterday, went back to the downside, rejected it. So which is exactly why I was waiting to see which side of the coin it was going to break and hold. Because again, we just see our price was playing pinball for a little bit, especially yesterday. But just right before London session started, it broke this level. Now it's trying to do a retest, and I'm going to see if it can hold or not. So let's see what this next 15 looks like. GJ broke this level, has been dropping all last night. We want to see if we can hold this level from a support to resistance. If so, we can look for a reversal right here. Let's see, go ahead and trace what's going on. Whoops. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we're looking at the charts, drop them in the chat. Keep grabbing the wrong. I have to zoom in. I keep grabbing the wrong one. There we go. What's going on, J-Rod? What's going on? We're about to see what this next 15 looks like. Gold has been a strong resistance of 2036, 2038. I've been looking at sales. What do you think? It has been a strong resistance, but right now we see price broke above it and it's holding at support. So again, your name, I haven't seen your name before. So your first time on your channel, welcome. What you need to do is hit that first link in the description and join the free Signal free Telegram. Because every week I drop a weekly analysis going over what I see price doing. And I also just went over it not too long ago, but you might have just hopped in. So again, when we look at gold, we're looking at a buy setup. And give me one second. The price is trying to move right now. So hold that thought. Give me one second. I'm going to break all that down in a second. But as we know, price isn't going to pull out a chair and be like, hey, what he's trying to teach right now. Let's give him a second. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. You're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But give me eyes minute. Eyes minute. All right. So looking at gold, let's pull your thing back up. So looking at gold, right? We pull it up on the daily time frame. We do have, let's go to naked chart so you can see a little better. There is some slight bearish momentum. Well, I said a naked chart. I have this one marked off as well. All right, cool. Good enough. Right. So we're on the daily time frame. We did have some slight bearish momentum, which we can see right here. We had some lower lows get made. We had a lot of wicks showing price was struggling to break these levels, which is why price was very low and rangy, especially this month. You can see right here, price was really struggling to break these levels, failed to break that support level, and now we see price pushing up. So depending on what price does today and possibly tomorrow, we could see a reversal come into play, which is why we're looking at possible buys, right? So that's what I was saying. We want to wait for price to do one or two things. Price was treating this level as a resistance, right? Which we can clearly see here. Price was rejecting, was catching sells on the way down. We were catching all these sells, right? And then we also see how price was treating this level as a resistance. But then after that, what do we see? Price started treating these levels from resistance to support, right? And then yesterday, price rejected this level, but what's price doing right now? It's breaking above it and it's retesting, trying to hold it at support. So depending on price can continue to hold this level of support and they can break past 2042 and hold that support, keep pushing up, we could see a reversal come into play. which is why we have this buy setup here to see if it could hold this as support, which we see it is attempting to do so. So now we just got to see if volume can break through these small levels of traffic to the left. And depending on price can do that or not, we could see a reversal come into play as far as gold is concerned. Let's see what GJ is looking like. Okay, GJ is holding this level as resistance. Let's see how this candlestick goes. Not in this trade, this is just a trade idea. Let's see what else we got going on. EA as well. Yes, we have a few setups we can possibly jump into on top of gold. Those just joined the stream, make sure to hit that first link in the description on the free signal, free telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. When you hit the first link, you'll see the link to the live. I always send the link out when we go live. And this is how we started off the week yesterday. We entered this trade on yesterday's live stream. We broke this down on yesterday's live stream, as well as the Sunday chart analysis. Just like we broke down a couple other currency pairs on gold in there. So make sure to check that out. But we took this huge NAS buy, caught 17,200 pips. It's ending the day and starting the week 1-0. You can see the entry right here. You see the huge explosion to the upside. Then we go to NAS100. You can see that right here. This is a nice 1 to 8 risk reward setup. Well, let's bring it down. Well, yeah, 1 to 8 risk reward setup. So that means whatever you was risking, you made 8 times that amount. So if you was risking $1,000, you made $8,000. If you was risking $100, you made $800 off this one trade alone. So huge start to the week. We're in this gold position right now. I mean, the members about to see, like I said, depending on how it reacts on this level, if we can break these next two zones and hold on support, we can see a reversal come into play. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at these charts up in the chat. We're also looking at possible GJ and EA sales. We're going to break that down in a second as well. All right. Now, like I said, the reason we're looking at GJ sales is, again, we go to the daily time frame. Let's go on the naked chart so y'all can see a little bit better without the lines. We was nice and bullish, right? But if you watch that video I just dropped in the chat like not too long ago, let's change this color up. This is video right here. I identify the trend. It breaks down what's needed for the uptrend to continue and the downtrend to continue. Right, so we see here a price struggled after make this higher high to make a new higher high. And we see day after day after day, price treat as low as resistance. Price can only do one or two things, go up or go down. It was struggling to go up. It's got only one other option, which is to go down, which is what we started seeing price do. We started seeing not only price go down, but started treating previous support levels as resistance levels, right? So now I just broke this next zone, and depending on if it can hold this level right here at around 187.15 as resistance, we can look for possible sales going down to 186.50, and then depending on how it reacts there, it can possibly go down to 185.70. Kind of same thing with gold. Depending on how it reacts to this level here, it could cause a reversal, or price could try to push back up, and the uptrend could try to continue. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at charts. Drop in the chat. So we went over how we did yesterday. Let's go over how we did last week. Last week we were 6-0, give us a 100% win rate. It was a slow week last week, but we still ended up securing some profits. But as you can see, compared to yesterday and last week, very low volume compared to yesterday. So we didn't hit that many TPs as far as the trades we took last week compared to yesterday with all TPs. Monday we caught 175 pips. Tuesday we caught 15. Thursday 30 pips. Wednesday 30 pips. Thursday 460. And then Friday we took 0 trades into the week with a total of 680 pips. It was 100% win rate. As far as the week before that was 6-0 again, caught 13,763 pips. Then the week before that went 4-0, catching 5,650 pips. So that's how we're doing so far this month. Now, if you scroll to December 31st, you're going to see how we ended last month, December, just like you see on your screen. Let's move this to the side. All right, so we see GJ right here pushing up, which is that's why we wait for these confirmations. We don't just enter just because price broke or touched the level. But if you scroll to December 31st, you're going to see how we ended December last year. We caught 24,481 pips, 24,089 strictly with the members in the advanced place center room. We ended the month 22 wins, only one loss, giving us a 96% win rate. Every trade posted as the date, time the trade was entered, personal entry, SL, TPs, IPO viewer into the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit, screenshots of positions, all that good stuff. Do the recap the day at the end of every day, do the recap the week at the end of every week, as well as recap the month at the end of every month. And if you go to photos, you'll see over 1,000 screenshots of signals, positions, student results, testimonials, all that good stuff. So make sure, check all that stuff out. Then also make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You'll see that scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Instagram is playmaker_way, TikTok's _playmakerway_. I post daily on both pages. Also respond to all messages you have. But right now, we're just chilling, patiently waiting. Just chilling, patiently waiting. Let's take a look at what Gmail's up to. Gmail increasing as well. So we want to look for a possible sell setup here. If we can hold this level as a resistance, which is what we want to see. We don't really want to see price break this level. And again, to trace back down, it's going to take a little bit of work. Again, we don't got we do got a couple news events today. We got one at 10 o'clock, and then we have one at 7:30 later on when the markets reopen. I need to check my schedule so I can see what time we're going to be going live with members, or what days I should say. So we go live at least twice a week during news events with the members. Let me check my schedule on my other screen real quick. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. Want to look at your charts? Drop in the chat. So we see GJ rejecting. Since GJ is rejecting, we're not going to take this sell yet. Right? That's why I was saying it's just a sell idea. Because again, we still have bullish momentum. We still see price treating this level of support. So depending on if price can break back above 187.60 and then ultimately break 188.30, 188.40, we could see the bullish momentum continue into play. But if it breaks below that level, we could see a possible reversal. But it's going to have to break and hold 185.70 and hold that as a resistance for the downtrend really to come into play. So until price does this, I'm still bullish, which is what we see right here. All right, because it's the higher high, and this is price struggling to break this resistance level, but it's still holding at support as we can see. So again, kind of just like with gold, we want to see either break below this level, hold as resistance, or break above this level, hold it as support. And we see gold right here as well. You see gold right here wicking, struggling a little bit, but we still see it attempting to push up. New 15 just started, so we're going to see how this goes. Still holding NAS. Let me let the numbers know that we're back at the middle of the zone. Make sure to like the live, y'all. Make sure to like the live. Shout out to everybody watching right now. Just dropped a new video yesterday. If you haven't checked it out yet, I'm about to drop in the chat right now. Y'all know how YouTube works. Go ahead and click the profile, explore the channel, look at the playlist, all that good stuff. But yeah, we're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. Now, as far as NAS, like I said, we're still bullish. We got a few levels we could trade off before we see a possible new higher high get made. Right. So again, like I said in the Sunday chart analysis, only way I'm going to look for sales is this price maybe starts to treat 17,350 as resistance. But again, just like with GJ and GN, we still have this huge higher high that price is going to have to break past for us to start seeing a reversal come into play. But as right now, we're going to continue to look for buys just like yesterday and Sunday. So we're right now at this key price level at around 17,600. So we can hold 17,600, 17,620 as support. We look for buys going to 17,690. If we hold that level from a resistance to support, as you can see here, we can see a new higher high get made and the uptrend continue. So that's what we're going to see if price can do right now. You see it pushing up slightly. Again, NAS and a few other charts are making all-time highs. So it's a little bit more difficult compared to the currency pairs that are still trading off old levels. NAS, US30, and potentially SPX as well. They're making new levels. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we also been kind of chilling a little bit when they were flying to the upside. Because it's not like we didn't know that we was bullish. Because again, you look at the past lives or Sunday chart analysis, we confirmed it was still bullish. It's just the fact that after the price broke this level, this was the highest price ever gone. So these were brand new levels getting made. So until we start seeing some retracements, we couldn't really see what those levels were at, right? So that's why we didn't really go for the next buy until price, did a retracement, right? We missed this move here, but then when price retraced, we entered on this move back up. You see what I'm saying? So I got some alerts popping up. Looks like GJ is about to retest that level. I'm just going to put an alert on this one right here. Because GU is a mess. I missed the EU setup, which is why I'm looking at it now. Because I missed one yesterday. Even though we was talking about it during the live stream, I totally forgot to look at it. GN is back at the middle of the zone. Let me let the numbers know. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts. Drop in the chat. Those just joined the stream, we have not entered this trade yet. This is a past trade. This was just a trade idea. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. And tomorrow's the last day of the month as well. So be on the lookout for the recap of this month later on this week as well. So again, we see gold struggling to break this level right here, which I said we're going to need to break this level of traffic for price to hold this level of support and push back up. So that's what we're kind of seeing and waiting for price to do. Again, we do got news at 10 o'clock today. So depending what the news does at 10 o'clock, we're either going to see price break these levels and cause the reversals, or price is going to break levels and continue the trends they're in. Depending on the chart, those are uptrends or downtrends, right? Because these all are going different directions. But today, the news, if not today, the news tomorrow is going to determine if price is going to continue the trend it's in, or if we're going to see a retracement / reversal come into play with these charts. Yeah, as we see a lot of retracements happening right now. So we're just letting them do their thing. Do I delete my charts every week? Yes, I redo my levels every week. I do them at least 2 to 3 times a week. We see price holding this low as resistance again. Let's see if GJ is doing something similar. GJ still got to break below this level. I'm liking how GN is looking. So we'll see how it closes. Again, this was the setup that happened yesterday. Again, very low volume in the beginning of the day. Didn't really start to take off until around 2 o'clock, a couple hours before market was about to close. And it just continued to push down last night during Tokyo session. Then a nice push right before London. Went zone to zone. I was doing a retest. So again, if we can hold this low at resistance at around 700, we can look for sales going down to 640. If it breaks 640, we can look for continued sales going to around 580, 590. That's what we're looking at for GN right here. Looks like GJ is about to return to try to break this level as well. Gold still holds a lot of support. We see a lot of wicks, so again, we're just waiting for volume to see if we can break or reject this level. Nas is pushing back up. I don't know if I'm gonna go for. I mean, I could go for another buy. I would like another zone to trade off of, so I kind of have to play around with the stop loss and stuff to find like a decent risk reward. Because again, the thing with Nas and the indices were making all-time highs, so it's not really targets we can base off from what is done in the past compared to we took this decision based off what it did a week ago, right? But we see here price as well as all support, as well as a resistance, shot up. It hit these levels, held this low as support, held this low as support, right? Well, let me zoom in so that's what I'm talking about. So it wasn't hard to enter a trade off here because we are bullish. All we had to do was wait for price to hold this low as support. Again, we entered this during yesterday's live stream. Watched the retest. After the retest, that's when we entered. Again, struggled a little bit for a few hours, but this is why I always tell people to go with the flow of price instead of just focusing on what price is doing at that exact moment. A lot of y'all don't identify the trend, or y'all going straight to a smaller time frame, and then price is going up as of right now, you think buys, or price is going down as of right now, you think sells. Well, that's not necessarily the case. You want to identify the trend and direction price is going on the bigger time frames. The smaller time frames are only going to tell you what price is doing at that very moment. It's not going to tell you what price has been doing overall. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, we're about to see what this next 15 looks like. New 5 minute just popped up. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. Want to look at any charts? Drop them in the chat. But we're just chilling, patiently waiting. New 15 just popped up. So again, we see this while we wait for confirmations. All right, because what would have happened? Would it entered off this candlestick, or entered just because price came back to touch this level? We'd be in drawdown right now and have potential risk of taking an unnecessary loss. Right, versus we wait for price to show us that's holding this low as resistance and then go for the sell. We'll have a higher likelihood of price going in our favor, and the opposite as well. Right. Again, we entered this trade on yesterday's live stream. We didn't just enter just because price touched this level. We literally waited for price to retest and show us it was holding that support. And after price retested, then we entered off this bounce to the upside. Right. Again, we don't control the markets. We only control when we enter a trade, when we exit a trade, and how much we risk per trade. So everything else is the market's doing its thing, right? There's a literal rules of script the markets do follow, but it's our job to literally wait to see what price is going to do, because price is always going to give us hints. A lot of the reason why a lot of y'all be getting caught in fake outs and liquidity squeeze is simply just because y'all there waited extra 5 minutes or 15 minutes. It's not really that they faked you out. It's just because 8 times out of 10, you just didn't wait enough for that extra confirmation. Right? A lot of times people enter as soon as price touches a level versus when price retests a level, right? Because again, price can touch levels all day. Like price touched this level, broke below it, but did it hold below? No, right? So it's important where the candlestick goes, but it's more important where it closes, right? Because again, price can go up or down, but that doesn't mean it's going to hold that level as support or resistance. That's what the retested confirmation for. The retested confirmation is to see if price can hold that level as support or resistance. Is it ready to keep on breaking levels and go in our direction, or is it ready to go the opposite direction? If y'all not subbed to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button, y'all. Do you think NAS, US30, and SPX are going up? Did you just join the live? Let me know. Yes or no. Let me know if you just joined the live. Did you just join the live? Let me know. Yes or no. I'm gonna answer a question. I just want to know if you just joined or not. While I play around with the stop loss, because again, it would be helpful if I had another zone to go off of, but I don't. So that's just a trade idea. If price can hold that level. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Only in a couple positions right now. I'm in the NAS position and another position with the members. Up about 7 times, almost 8 times out of risk on NAS right now. Looking at possible other setups, just waiting for some confirmations. Let me see what he is up to. That level. Yes, we got some retests going on. I'm not going to jump the gun just yet. Francisco, I'm waiting for you to respond to me. I know you didn't just leave a comment and disappear. Those just joining the stream. We haven't entered this trade or this trade yet. These are just trade ideas. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description of the free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. You scroll to December 31st, you're going to see how we did last month. We already went over how we're doing so far this week and this month. We'll go over that again in a second. But this, if you scroll to January 4th, you're going to see how we did last quarter. So last quarter was obviously October, November, and December. We caught a total of 240,157 pips, 207,561 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. October went 32 wins, 5 losses, caught 157,608 pips. November went 22 wins, 1 loss, caught 58,068 pips. And then December went 22 wins, 1 loss, caught 24,481 pips. In the quarter, 76 wins, 7 losses, giving us a 96% win rate all 3 months combined. Every trade post has got the date, time the trade was entered, entry SL, TPs, people viewed into the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit. All wins and losses are posted. Do the recap of the month at the end of every month. Do the recap of the week at the end of every week. All that good stuff. Every week at the beginning of the week, we drop a Sunday chart analysis, going over not just what we see price doing Sunday night, going into Monday, but what we see price doing for the overall week. And a lot of stuff is going as projected so far, and majority of the charts we went over in last week's chart analysis went as projected as well. All right, so I guess you just hopped out the live. Okay, it's kind of weird. Some of y'all do that. Like y'all ask a question, and then when I ask y'all a clarifying question, y'all just disappear. I'm not sure what that's about. The delay's not that long. It's like a 10-second delay. But anyways, we're gonna keep it pushing. So this is how we did yesterday. We broke this trade down not only in the Sunday chart analysis, but we broke it down in yesterday's live stream. We entered it, took a huge NAS buy. All TVs got hit, cost 17,200 pips. Here's the screenshot of that position. See where we entered. Beautiful push it upside. We was ranging and drawdown a little bit, but that's why you always want to go with the flow of price, because once volume kicked in, not only did it continue to respect this level as a support, but as you can see, once that volume kicked in, nice explosion to the upside. And again, that's why you always want to go with the flow of price. Because again, it wasn't a shock that price was shooting up. We just simply had to wait to see if it was going to do it and if the volume was going to kick in our favor. You get what I'm saying? So that's how we started off this week. As far as how we did last week, we went 6-0, caught 680 pips. The week before that was 6-0, caught 13,763 pips. And the week before that with 4-0, caught 5,650. So that's how we're doing so far this month. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. So we're going to be doing the recap later on this week. But yeah, make sure to hit that first link in the description and check all that stuff out. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. If you want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. I respond to all messages. You can DM me on Telegram as well. Make sure to follow me on there and TikTok. Post daily on both pages. But yeah, GJ is back below here. So now we're going to see if we can hold this low as resistance. Now we're going to see if we can hold it as resistance. Back down for round 2. Got a new 5-minute about to pop up. About to see how this 5-minute closes, or how this 15 closes. And then we're going to go from there. No, I'm not tripping. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was asking a question. I don't know if you didn't hear me. But basically, I said, did you just join the live? Because you was asking, is NAS, SPX, and US30 going up? And I was asking, is this your first time on the live? Or have you been in the free Telegram for a while? And the reason why I was asking that is because I went over this stuff last week and yesterday as well, right? And a lot of times I noticed that, not you, because again, I don't know. That's why I was asking. But a lot of times people will come in here and they'll ask questions, but they aren't watching the information or content I'm pushing out. So this is for everybody. If you're in the free Telegram, and specifically only the free Telegram, you need to have the noties on. You need to watch the Sunday chart analysis that I drop. Also, anything I send in there, again, I'm not going to I don't spam, I don't blow up. As you can see, the channel, everything I do is just simply either I'm updating y'all on what's going on with the charts, I'm updating y'all with the trades I take with the members, and I send y'all links when we go live, and I update y'all when I drop new videos, right? You go to my profile, all the videos on YouTube, none of the videos I make are clickbait, And whatever the title says is straight to the point, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Now, as far as NAS, SPX, US30, we are bullish. We are in an uptrend, so I do believe we're going to go up because we're in an uptrend. Now, as far as where, that's a whole nother question and subject. But to answer your question, I do believe we're going to continue to go up because we're in an uptrend. So if we're in an uptrend, I'm only looking for buys unless price shows me otherwise. If we're in a downtrend, I'm only looking for sells unless price shows me otherwise. And in the video I just dropped yesterday, I kind of go into detail why you want to do that. So if you haven't watched my video yesterday either, make sure to check that out. And if you're not caught up to the content, make sure to check that out. That's members as well. All right. Shout out to everybody that's in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been here since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's popped in here since the middle or been here since y'all joined. We're going to be on for a little bit longer. You guys got questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at the charts, drop them in the chat. We do got news later on today at 10 a.m. EST for the USD pairs. So those that are going to be trading in New York or going to be in trades, keep an eye out for that time. Now, if you don't understand how news affects the markets or how to go about news days, I got multiple videos for that as well. Because a lot of people make this mistake of just avoiding the entire day and not trading because of one news event. And the main reason for that is just simply fear and not taking the time to understand how news works. Because news days is usually when we make the most money, right? We enter trades on news days, we enter trades before news, after news. But when there's a news event, now if you don't know what you're doing, it obviously is best to step away. But that doesn't mean you just continue to not know what's going on during news. What a lot of people do, they just avoid news entirely instead of understanding how news affects the markets and how you can use that to your advantage, right? Because yes, there's spikes, yes, there's manipulation, but there's manipulation on the charts regardless if it was a news day, regardless if it was a holiday, regardless if it's just a regular day or not. There's always going to be manipulation in the markets. That's what makes the markets not crash. Because again, just think about it. If price was just continuously to shoot up with no retracements, no breaks, no consolidation, or the opposite, if price was just to continuously shoot down with no retracements, no breaks, no consolidation, the markets would literally crash. You get what I'm saying? So manipulation is needed. And it's not your enemy. You just got to take the time to understand how the shit works. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as gold's ranging, Naz is still just trying to make his mind up. So yeah, we're gonna be watching GJ and GN for any other new entries. Again, like I said, if GJ can hold this low as resistance at 187, we can look for sales going to 186.40 and then possibly 185.70. But it's going to have to hold 185.70 as a resistance for the reversal to stay and for us to go into a downtrend. If it rejects any of these levels here, it could potentially shoot back up and the bullish momentum could come back into play. Also, the news today could either help price with the reversal or help push price back to the upside as well. I knew 15 just popped up. Yeah, we're still gonna be on the charts, But we're gonna see what happens between this hour and New York. Yeah, I just joined a live. Make sure to hit that first in the description. Watch the Sunday chart analysis. That's gonna be the short version of what we're looking for. But we're gonna be looking for continued buys on the futures and indices. Looking at potential buy on gold if we continue to hold 2036 as support. And then we're watching to see how GJ reacts to these levels right here. As you can see, he's kind of struggling to make his mind up. Reaction to Euro news. Was there Euro news? What are you talking about? I only really pay attention to the red folders, so you're gonna have to be specific. I don't know what you're talking about because I don't see any red Euro news today. I see USD news, and then later on, when the markets reopen, there's Australian news. So I'm not sure. Yeah, so if you can specify, I don't mind answering your question. Anyone else got questions? Take advantage. Ask now. We're gonna be on for a couple more minutes, and we're gonna dip off. Members, you already know in a few hours I'm dropping the New York price watch list for y'all. We're not gonna go live today. I want to go live. What do we got? We got FOMC tomorrow, the ADP. So we're gonna be going live tomorrow for the ADP news for sure. And then what we got later on this week. 7 o'clock GBP is 8:30. So we're gonna go live tomorrow, and then most likely Friday as well. We'll do tomorrow on Friday. I'll just check my schedule, make sure nobody scheduled something for me on Friday. Let me double check really quick. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go live tomorrow on Friday during the news. During members wise, we go live during New York news events at least twice a week. All right, looks like GJ is trying to hold that level now as a resistance. So we're gonna see if we can keep pushing our way. Got a trade idea written up for this. I'm gonna check out the chat in a second. I'm kind of like y'all looking at it. Yeah, I'm on it right now. Y'all must be trolling me today. Y'all asking questions and not responding. It's kind of weird. But anyways, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and dip off. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 a.m. EST. Like I said, you guys got any other questions, y'all could DM me on Instagram or Telegram. And yeah, we'll see you next time we're live. Make sure to watch the video I dropped yesterday. Make sure to catch up to my other content as well. Peace.